Think we're live, boys. Oh, shit. Are we live? Hold up. What's up, Ethan? Appreciate you being here, man. CVA, the Wonder Force. What's up, guys? Appreciate y'all tuning in. Damn, bro. Feels weird going live, man. C-Pal, my boy Vendetta, what's up? Let's go, let's go. What questions y'all got for tonight's slate, man? I'm here to talk. I don't know how long I'm gonna be live. Probably like 30 minutes, hour, not exactly sure, but here to answer all your questions. Talk through the slate. We do have some news. Derrick Rose is playing, I guess, which is kind of surprising. They didn't rule him out, but Josh Jackson's out, Blake Griffin's out, so we got some value from the Pistons that we will talk about. Any questions you have, those guys, put them in the comments. I'm using my freaking phone to read the chat, which I don't know if that's probably the smartest way to do this, but we're just going to make it work for today. I'll figure out something, later down the road, but I want to try and stream like every day if I can, Monday through Friday for sure. Sometime in the afternoon, around this time, just talk with you guys, answer questions, whatever questions you got. So put them in the chat and I'll be sure to answer them. But yeah, Havy with Capella auto lock. I mean, yeah, dude, Capella looks really good tonight. It's hard not to like him. I mean, he's so freaking cheap, like 6.1K for Capella when he's playing, 30 minutes. Like, this is a guy, when he was with the Rockets last year for a little bit of time, he was 7K, 7,500 when he was healthy. Like, he shouldn't be this cheap. So, Capella looks really good. He's going to be popular, but, I think this is probably chalk that I'm going to eat. I'm definitely going to have a lot of Capella tonight. Who are your top value plays at each position? That's hard to say. Sadiq Bey looks really good. I mean, he's small forward. You can play him at power forward on DK. With no Josh Jackson, no Blake Griffin, like, he's just going to have to play probably 30-plus minutes. Last time Blake Griffin was out, that was a game against Boston on Friday, I believe. He did play 30 minutes. He started 32 DK points. On a point-per-minute basis, I don't think Sadiq Bey's been very good this year. Let me pull it up real quick. Like, I don't think he's, like, a very productive player, but we can't take Blake off the floor, just see what his numbers are. No Josh Jackson as well, so they're just really thin in the front court. Like, they just, they're going to be without a lot of guys, so Bey's going to have to play a ton of minutes. I mean, yeah, without Blake, he's averaged 0.87 DK points per minute, which is still not bad. He's going to play over 30 minutes. I do like Sadiq Bey. I think he's going to be popular, but, again, we're kind of starving for value. Harden's playing, Luka's playing, so we don't really have any value from, like, Dallas. Like, the Dallas value we had yesterday, we don't really have today. So, Sadiq Bey, I like a lot as a value. He's, he stands out, at least to me, as one of the top value plays. I'm locking in Pritchard if Marcus don't play. Yeah, Peyton Pritchard looks really good as well. No Jeff Teague, too. He got ruled out. Pritchard's really cheap as well. Another guy that, on a point-per-minute basis, he's only going to average probably 0.6, 0.7 fantasy points per minute. But if no Teague, no Smart, like, he's going to have to play over 30 minutes. He might start as well. 3,700, again, we're kind of looking for value. He looks pretty good, especially if Marcus Smart does not play. Harrison Barnes, yeah, God, I don't want to play Harrison Barnes, but he's another guy that just looks too cheap. 5,600, just playing a ton of minutes, man. Like, they are running Harrison Barnes into the ground. He's always been a guy that, they'll play a ton of minutes, 38, 37 minutes. I mean, he's put up over 30 Draftkings points in every game except one this year. Like, he's been consistent, and, in terms of ceiling, do I ever feel like I have to play Harrison Barnes? No, I don't really feel like I have to play Harrison Barnes, but the dude's been so consistent, the minutes are going to be there, so it makes sense, man. He's another guy that I do like a good amount on this slate. Smart questionable? Yeah, Smart's questionable. We got that news like an hour ago. Jeff Teague is out, so that's one of the reasons I like Pritchard. I like Tatum, too. He's going to have more usage and ball handling duties. Yeah, I mean, the offense is running through Tatum and Jaylen Brown right now. I looked it up. Both those guys, I think Tatum's usage is like 30% this year. Brown's is like 29%, and then the next highest guy, talking about like guys that actually play meaningful minutes, the next highest is like 18%. Like, all the offense from Boston's just running through Tatum and Brown. Those guys are in play basically every slate, in my opinion. I'm so confused why Harrison Barnes is actually playing well. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's just playing a ton of minutes, and that's really all you can ask for. He's kind of scoring dependent, but when you're playing 37, 38 minutes a night, you'll kind of luck into, 15, 20 points. Saddiq Bey, yeah, we talked about Saddiq Bey. I like him as a value. I assume he starts for Blake Griffin. Gonna have to play a ton of minutes. I think even if the game blows out, Saddiq Bey probably still plays in a blowout, so I do feel pretty confident in him tonight. He's gonna be popular, but I think it does make sense. Any news on Garland? I think he's still questionable, last I saw. Yeah, I think Garland's still questionable. We don't really have an update there. You going stars and scrubs or balanced? It's kind of hard to go stars and scrubs. Like, there's no scrubs I love besides, like, Saddiq Bey and maybe Pritchard. Like, really under 4K. Talking about, cheap plays. There's nothing that, stands out as guys that project really, really well besides, Saddiq Bey. I guess if something happened with Derrick Rose, I mentioned that at the beginning of the stream. It's kind of weird that the Pistons didn't rule out Derrick Rose. Like, he hasn't played on back-to-backs this year, but I guess he's playing today. The fact that they ruled out Blake and Josh Jackson and didn't rule out D. Rose makes me assume he plays. If he were to somehow get ruled out, closer to lock, I'd really like DeLon Wright. I think DeLon Wright still might even start. They might go with, like, Hayes, Wright, Saddiq Bey, Jeremy Grant, and Plumlee as their starting lineup. So if DeLon Wright starts, I mean, he's cheap. He's 4K. He'd fall into that Saddiq Bey category as just like cheap plays that you could look to, along with Peyton Pritchard. Thoughts on Corey Joseph? Yeah, I'm hearing some talk about Corey Joseph. Without Halliburton, he's going to have to play more minutes. Another guy that, God, you never feel good putting Corey Joseph in your lineup, but probably going to play around 30 minutes off the bench. I think Halliburton was getting like mid to high 20s in minutes, so, those minutes are going to have to go somewhere. I assume Corey Joseph does get a good amount of those. Again, not a great point per minute player, but going to have to play 30 minutes, close to that at least. He's 3,800 against the Warriors, a team that I'm pretty sure is second in pace this year. Corey Joseph, not the worst value. I don't mind him as a punt play if you want to go there. Hit that like button. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. I appreciate all you tuning in. 130 of you are in here right now. I can't even believe that. My first ever stream, and there's already 100 of you in here. It's just insane. Best expensive player to pay up for in cash? I mean, it's probably Curry. I think Curry's going to be the guy you want to build around in cash. I think he's going to project that towards the top. He's going to be highly owned if I had to guess. It's probably Curry. It's either Curry or Giannis, in my opinion. Giannis 10-8, Curry 9-3. If you consider Curry like expensive, then I would go with him. Holmes and Capella seem interesting. Yeah, those look like two of the better center plays in the mid-range to me. Capella, we talked about, just way too cheap. Rashawn Holmes finally getting minutes, which we love to see. 32, 36, 33 minutes. He's a point per minute player. Good matchup against the Warriors. If you tell me Rashawn Holmes is going to play 32 minutes tonight, I'm going to have a lot of interest in him at 5,600. Can easily pay off that price tag in 32, 34 minutes. Andrew Wiggins or RJ Barrett? Give me RJ Barrett. I really like Barrett tonight. I think he's going to play a ton of minutes, man. Like, again, the Knicks, like a team that's just running their starters into the ground. You're getting 38, 40 minutes for RJ Barrett, 38, 40 minutes from Julius Randle. Barrett's 6,700, which feels like a lot to pay for a guy like RJ Barrett, but, I mean, he's going to play a ton of minutes, man. He's going to have to shoot. In my opinion, he's a guy that can improve this year. He wasn't very good last season, but I think he's going to have a much better year this year. Still has some upside. Great matchup against the Hawks. I would definitely rather play him over Andrew Wiggins. I'm not really an Andrew Wiggins guy. Like, I don't really play Andrew Wiggins. That's just me personally, though. 7,700, Lev, Van Vliet, or Middleton. Probably go Van Vliet there. Would you say Curry or Luka for GPP? I mean, Luka's going to be low owned if I had to guess. He's still got the Q tag next to his name, even though he's expected to play. I think Curry's going to be probably one of the more popular studs on the slate. So for that reason, I'd go with Luka, just for lower ownership. Which games do you want to target? I really like the Knicks-Hawks game. That's one that really stands out to me. The Dallas-Houston game I like as well. Even though without a ton of value plays from there, like I still really like John Wall, still really like Christian Wood. I don't mind Josh Richardson even with Luka playing. I like the Kings-Warriors game. Those are kind of the top three for me. Charlotte, Philly I like as well. There are some guys I do like from Charlotte tonight. LaMelo Ball specifically. I think it's a really good play. Gordon Hayward as well. I do like from Charlotte. Waller Fox. Ooh, that's close. I think even with Harden playing, still give me John Wall, man. Like, John Wall, he's just too cheap. 7,600. First game of the year he played was with Harden, had 45 DK points. Played the next game without Harden, had 50 DK points. Like, he just looks like he hasn't, you know, tailed off it a bit. Like, he looks so good. He's still incredibly productive. A guy that can contribute in all categories. Pretty good, you know, matchup against Dallas. Should be a fast-paced game. I do like John Wall a lot. Obviously, would prefer that Harden would have been out, but still, honestly, I think with Harden playing, that might lower the ownership on John Wall, which just makes him even more appealing. What's up, Noah? Been following you since day one. If I only play NFL and new to NBA, my question is, for NBA GPP, do you still leave money on the table like NFL? Well, if you're leaving money on the table, that's probably Showdown. You know, for main slate, I don't leave too much money on the table. You know, on DK, I wouldn't leave more than like $600, $700 on the table for a main slate. Now, for Showdown, yeah, that's totally different. But main slate, I don't really leave a ton of money on the table. Do you like Capella or Holmes, Oladipo or Hield? Love your work, man. Appreciate that, Ryan. Between Capella and Holmes, I'd probably go Capella there. Between Oladipo or Hield, give me Oladipo. Any news on Fournier? Perhaps more minutes for Ross? Yeah, I haven't seen anything on Fournier yet. Yeah, I mean, Terrence Ross, he played really well last game with Fournier out. His price came up, which I don't love, but 31 minutes, 40 DK points. I don't think we should expect 40 DK points again, but, you know, if we're going to get 30 minutes from Terrence Ross, he's going to get a lot of usage off the bench. 5,900 against the Cavs. I have no problems with Terrence Ross if Fournier's out again. Yo, what's up, KJ? Appreciate you tuning in, man. Wish Holmes or Wood was power forward eligible. Yeah, I do too, man. I think, or Wood's power forward on Yahoo, so that's kind of appealing, but Holmes, yeah, center only. Jabari Parker. God, I haven't even looked at Jabari Parker. Minimum salary. Is he even going to play? Yeah, I don't know why I would want to go to Jabari Parker. Shmoney B, you're live. Yeah, I'm live, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in. 157 of you in here. I can't believe that. Bobby Portis. Yeah, I think Bobby Portis is your typical, you just play him and hope for the blowout. Like, if the game doesn't blow out, he's only going to get probably 16, 18 minutes. But you see, like, in the blowouts, 25, 26, 26, 26. But in the games that were close, 16, 18. So if you think the game blows out, which is likely, you can play Bobby Portis. I still don't think you have to. I mean, he's not cheap. He's 4,900. If he was like 3,500, yeah, I'd be a lot more interested. But even at 4,900, like, you just need a lot of things to go your way for Bobby Portis to be a guy you have to have at 4,900. I probably won't be playing him, but, you know, if you want to, go ahead. You're going to need a blowout, though. Do you like SGA or Van Vliet? Probably SGA. Just going to get all the usage. We haven't really seen a big SGA game yet, but the dude's eventually, when he starts making some shots, he's going to put up, you know, 50 DK points at some point. Like, I mean, 29% from the field, 30% from the field. He did shoot really well against Orlando, had 41 DK points in that game. Like, eventually he's going to have a game where he knocks down a lot of shots, and you're going to get, you know, 50-plus points from SGA. I'd be high on him, you know, every slate, basically. He's someone I always have interest in. Appreciate you going live. Yeah, thanks, Patrick. Love that you're going live. Yeah, I know, man. I should have done this a long time ago. Like I was concerned about my internet because I wasn't sure if my internet would be good enough, but then I got fiber internet, so it's pretty fast. It can, you know, handle the live stream speed or whatever you need, like upload speed. So finally went live. Best value play of the night. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. It's probably Sadiq Bey, at least right now. No Josh Jackson, no Blake Griffin. Just going to have to play a ton of minutes. Thoughts on John Collins? Yeah, I really like John Collins. I've just been playing John Collins every slate. He finally had that good game against Brooklyn. Then, you know, he kind of disappointed last time out. He's been low owned basically every slate, and this is a guy that still has 45, 50-point upside. Great matchup against the Knicks. I already know I'm going to be playing a lot of Knicks tonight. RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, so gives you some positive correlation running it back with someone on the Hawks side. So, yeah, really like John Collins. With Teague and possibly Smart out, do I go Tatum or Brown or both? I don't think you have to play both. If I only play one, probably would go Jaylen Brown just given the position, but, you know, both guys are in play, especially if Smart does wind up out. Could you play Bey and Wright together? Yeah, you can play them together. They're not going to take minutes away from each other, especially if Wright starts, which seems possible. Thoughts on Clint Capella? Yeah, we talked about Capella. Really, really good play. He's going to be popular, but I think, that's chalk that I'm fine eating. He's just too cheap. Jeremy Grant. Yeah, I like Jeremy Grant now that no Blake, no Josh Jackson. I wish he was cheaper. I think he's 6,900 on DK. Yeah, he's 6,900 on DK, which, you're going to need over 40 DK points from Jeremy Grant to, pay off this price tag, but he's going to get all the opportunity, and he's been good with the Pistons this year. He's a point-per-minute player, or he has been so far this season. Does have upside. You're kind of worried about the blowout, but if this game stays close and Jeremy Grant plays, his normal 36, 38 minutes, you could get a 45, 50-point game from Jeremy Grant, and I wouldn't be surprised. I don't mind him at 6,900. I think he probably looks best on Yahoo. If you play on Yahoo, he's $25 over there. I think that's where, I'm really interested in Jeremy Grant tonight. Favorite forward spin-ups? Probably Giannis and Julius Randle for me. Oladipo? Yeah, I like Oladipo. I don't mind him. $29 left on Yahoo for forward. Who are you playing? Thanks for the hard work, man. Yeah, sure thing. I'd probably go with John Collins there. I think John Collins is $29. Yeah, it'd be between Collins or Hayward. Probably would go with John Collins. Pritchard season? Yeah, Pritchard will be in play if Smart's out for sure. I mean, I guess you could play him anyway with Teague out, but I'd rather have Smart out as well. Worried about the Milwaukee blowout? Yeah, I mean, they're favored by 15 or 16 right now. I think the line might have even moved. Yeah, they're favored by 15.5. I mean, the blowout's obviously a concern, but if you're playing Giannis, I mean, even if he plays 25 minutes, I mean, we saw against the Bulls, this is a guy that can put up 60 fantasy points in 25 minutes. No one on the Pistons is going to stop him. I wouldn't be scared off of Giannis today. The blowout's a concern, but I don't let blowout really, kind of get me off of guys that I'm interested in. So I'll still be playing Giannis, and I'll still be playing guys on the Pistons as well. Awesome seeing you live, Noah. Zion is due for a big game. Is tonight the night? God, dude, I keep chasing this Zion game. Oh, man. I keep playing this dude, and he just goes out there and disappoints every single freaking night. It's either foul trouble, or he can't make a shot, or he just can't rebound. I don't know what it was against the Raptors last game. He wasn't very aggressive. He only took 12 shots. I think there's probably other guys I'd rather go to. I don't see myself playing a ton of Zion tonight, so he's probably going to go off. So there you have it. When I don't play guys that, or say there's guys that have been, really crapping the bed, and I keep playing them, like D'Angelo Russell, I keep playing this motherfucker, and he just keeps shitting the bed. I won't play him the next slate, and then that'll be the time when he actually goes off. So I'm probably not playing Zion tonight, which means he'll probably go off tonight. Steph or Young? I mean, Trae Young's going to be a lot lower owned. If you're playing cash, I would definitely play Steph. If you want to take the lower ownership, you could play Trae Young, but I still think Steph's probably my preferred option. Any word on Burke? I haven't seen anything on Burke. I don't know why we would want to really go to him. Or Alec Burks. Yeah, Alec Burks, he's still questionable. Trey Burke, yeah, I'm not playing Trey Burke, but Alec Burks I think is still questionable last I saw. Yeah, Alec Burks still questionable. What state do you live in? I live in South Carolina. Shooting guard is atrocious. It's not that bad. I mean, I think everyone's overpriced. I like RJ Barrett, but 6,700 is a lot for RJ Barrett. I like Oladipo, but 7K is a lot for Oladipo. I mean, I get where you're coming from. I don't mind Seth Curry at 5,600. I think if DeLon Wright does start at 4K, he's going to be pretty appealing. I think there's a chance Derrick Rose even gets rested closer to lock, so just keep your eye on that. I don't think it's 100% certain that Derrick Rose plays tonight. Need a punt play. Is Kevin Knox even worth it? Upside and talented, yet the minutes aren't there. Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't played Kevin Knox at all this season. He's 3,300. I mean, it probably depends on what happens with Alec Burks. If Alec Burks plays, I wouldn't go to Kevin Knox. I guess if Burks is out again, you could maybe play him, but I personally probably won't be doing so. That's the profanity we want to... Yeah, dude. Man, D'Angelo Russell, this motherfucker, dude. Oh, my God. He's been so low owned, and I'm like, this is finally the night. D'Angelo Russell's about to drop 50. He'll be 6 or 7% owned. I'm like, yes. He's so low owned. This is the night, and he just shits the bed. He'll be chalk next slate, and then he'll smash, and it won't even matter. How do you feel about Lowry and Van Vliet? I think they're always in play. You know, I don't think this is a slate against Boston where I really go out of my way to play Lowry or Van Vliet. Like, talking about Lowry, give me Fox over Lowry, give me Brogdon over Lowry, give me John Wall over Lowry. But I think Van Vliet's more of a play. I like him on Yahoo at shooting guard just because the shooting guard position, not a ton of great options besides like Oladipo and Barrett. I could see playing Van Vliet at $32, but yeah, I'm not really going to be playing either one of those guys a ton, just personally. Sick of listening. Everybody saying SGA is this. OKC, I think he's crap. Period. Until he comes under 6K, I'm not playing him. I mean, let's look at SGA's numbers this year. Let's look at his usage. Let me pull this up real quick. I mean, there's no reason for him to not be a guy that can put up, 40, 50 DK points a night. I mean, he's got almost a 28% usage rate this year, averaging a fantasy point per minute, 31% assist percentage. He's going to play 36, 38 minutes. Like, he should be giving you 40, 45 DK points a night. And when he gets hot, you should get those 50-point games. I could see if you're frustrated. Like, there's a ton of guys this year that I just keep playing, and they just keep letting me down. SGA's kind of been one of them. I mean, I'm fine playing him, but I think there are other guys I'd rather go to on this slate. Never heard Noah cuss. Yeah, on these live streams, I'll just say whatever I want. It's a lot different on the live stream than the video, because on the video, you kind of have like a structure. This, I'm just kind of here to chat with you guys. I don't really have any structure, just answer your questions and just a chat for however long. Clemson or Carolina? Neither for me. I'm a Florida State fan. Need a cheap shooting guard and forward. Forward, it'd probably be Sadiq Bey. Shooting guard, I think if DeLon Wright starts, he'd be my favorite cheap shooting guard. He's 4K. So that's where I would go there. RJ Barrett, a good play tonight. Yeah, we talked about RJ Barrett. I like him. He's going to play 38, 40 minutes. If he can knock down some shots, you can get a big game from RJ Barrett, especially against the Hawks. So I'm on him for sure. Brunson, a fade. Yeah, with Luka playing, I'm not going to Jalen Brunson. 221 people. How many likes? Let's check. 18 likes? Come on, guys. Hold up. Let me refresh this. I can't believe there's actually 200 of you in here right now. 63 likes. Okay, that's more like it. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Even with Luka playing, I still don't sit Brunson. He won't be as good as he was yesterday, but he'll make value. Oh, I don't play these like backup guards when, their starter's healthy. Like, you're going to need Jalen Brunson to be really effective because he's only going to play like 16, 18 minutes with Luka healthy. You're going to have to get like a really productive game from him on a point per minute basis. I wouldn't play I wouldn't play Brunson personally. Exum as a value play. Garland's questionable. Yeah, I did want to mention Exum. If Garland's out, I think Exum is for sure in play. He's cheap on both sides. Do you have a lot of Brogdon exposure tonight? I haven't built my lineups yet. I do like Brogdon, but I think right now I'm probably going to have more John Wall than Brogdon. But I do like him. Haven't built my lineups though. I normally don't start building my lineups till like 5 or 6. It just doesn't really make sense to build them this early because news can come out and just change everything. One v one Sabonis versus Randall. Give me Randall there. I'm all over Julius Randle tonight. I'm going to have a ton of exposure to him. Thoughts on Pritchard for the Celtics? Yeah, we talked about Pritchard. If Marcus Smart is out, I do like Pritchard. He's cheap. He's going to have to play minutes because Teague's out as well. He's not a great point per minute player, but the opportunity will be there, and that's really all that we can ask for. Update 100 likes? Damn, bro, we got 100 likes. Hold on, let me check this real quick. God, 100 likes. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. 252 of you in here right now. Like I said, I want to try and stream every day. I don't know how often, but maybe 3 or 4 times a week if I can. Favorite Draftkings cash play? I mean, it's probably Sadiq Bey now that he's starting. Like, he's probably one of the guys you want to start with in cash. Or he's going to start, I should say. Wiseman or Portis? Give me Wiseman there. I'm probably not going to be on Portis. Like, you're just hoping for the blowout, and at that point, I don't play guys hoping for a blowout, I guess. Especially not when they're 4,900. You play PGA DFS? Yeah, I've been getting a lot more into PGA since the restart. I've been playing golf as well, like in my, IRL. And it's just like playing golf in real life has got me more interested in PGA and in PGA DFS. So I do play PGA. Give this dude a follow on Twitter too. New to DFS, your work has helped tremendously. Yeah, you guys can follow me on Twitter at DFS by Noah. It's my YouTube channel name if you want to. I don't tweet too much, but when I do, it's usually something funny. I don't know. Josh, appreciate, man, the $5 super chat. Keep doing these live streams. Let's win some money. I appreciate that, Josh. Thousands of dollars on your shoulders here. Yeah, I know. I mean, I wouldn't say I influence a lot, but you know, I've definitely had people tell me I've either lost them a lot of money or I've won them a lot of money. It's kind of crazy that people do put their money down on what I say, but I feel confident in what I say. I've been doing this for 3 or 4 years. I guess people wouldn't listen to me if I didn't know what I was doing. Thanks for the live stream salute. I appreciate that, Cameron, sorry. I'm thinking Ball is a baller from here on forward. Yeah, dude, I love LaMelo Ball tonight. Like, if they're going to keep playing him 30 minutes, the dude's going to be a 35, 40-point guy. Like, he's going to put up 35, 40 points a night. He's a fantasy point per minute player. He's a guy that can just stuff the stat sheet, can do everything, points, rebounds, assists, can get defensive stats. It's going to be hard for him to tank your lineup if he's playing 30 minutes when he's 5,600. I think he's going to be one of those guys that you see probably in about a week from now. He's going to be about 6,500. So, yeah, I think we do want to get on him now while he's 5,600. I love LaMelo tonight. Drop Graham for Garland. Shoot, I mean, I don't play season long, but yeah, with the way Graham's been struggling, I could see that. And LaMelo's been playing so well, you could see LaMelo starting to eating into Graham's minutes. Is it confirmed that Luka's playing? Last I saw, he was probable, so yeah, he's playing. More Van Vliet or Siakam for you tonight? Probably Van Vliet, if I had to choose one. I think there's just other fours I'd rather play over Siakam. Favorite 3K value guy? Whew. If we're talking about stone minimum 3K, I mean, I don't think there's like anyone down here that's... I mean, I think Sekou's 3,200. Like, he should get more minutes with no Blake and with no Josh Jackson. You know, if he comes off the bench, it's always a concern playing these guys off the bench because you just never know what their minutes are going to look like. But they're going to be really thin in the front court. You could get 23, 25 minutes from Sekou, 3,200. I guess he'd be like a 3K guy, but I don't think there's anyone that it's the stone minimum that I would really be looking to. They have LaMelo at 6,400 on FanDuel. Yeah, I don't play FanDuel, but yeah, 6,400. That looks pretty similar to the DK price, if I remember correctly. Southern Meat Fantasy, love you. Let's get the spread. I appreciate that, man. Let's get it. What are your favorite power forward options in the mid-range? Let's see. Probably Jeremy Grant, even though he feels expensive. I guess if you consider 6,900 the mid-range, it'd be Jeremy Grant. No Blake, no Josh Jackson. I do like him. I really like John Collins as well. But I would assume mid-range, you probably mean like 5K, 4K range. So I want to talk about Aaron Gordon. I don't think I mentioned him in my YouTube video, but he got up to 28 minutes last game, 33 DK points. I haven't played Aaron Gordon at all this year just because the minutes have been limited. But if they're going to start ramping up his minutes, if we're going to get 28, even 30 minutes from Aaron Gordon at 5,900 against the Cavs, like, he's a fantasy point per minute player. I do like him a lot in the mid-range at 5,900. I don't think the minutes are by any means going to be secure. Like, is he a lock to play 30 minutes? No, but I wouldn't assume that his minutes go down after playing 28. I feel like they can only go up from here. So give me Aaron Gordon, favorite power forward, power forward in the mid-range. John Wall or Van Vliet? Give me Van Vliet. Is Wood a good pivot from Wall? I mean, yeah, they're both good plays in my opinion, but yeah, if you want to pivot off of Wall, I think Wall will be popular, but Wood's probably going to be popular as well. I mean, they're both underpriced in my opinion. Who do you like more tonight, Hield, Bagley, or Barnes? Between those three, probably it'd be between Hield or Barnes. I think Hield probably gives you more upside, so I'd go with Hield. Wall or Van Vliet? Even though Wall's going to be more popular, give me John Wall. Josh Hart for minimal. What is Josh Hart? How expensive is he? 4,900. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be really looking at Josh Hart. Like, I just don't play Josh Hart when when all the Pelicans are healthy. Sure, he might get 30 minutes off the bench, but 4,900, you still need over 30 DraftKings points for him to be like a really good play. And I think there's just other guys I'd rather go to. I'm really not on Josh Hart. Any love for Sexton? Yeah, I do like Sexton, especially if Darius Garland's out. Like, the ball's just going to be in his hands more. He's going to be the primary point guard with Garland off the floor. So, yeah, I do like Sexton, especially if Garland's out. Corey Joseph getting close to 30 minutes, good value. Yeah, we talked about Joseph earlier. With no Halliburton, he's a fine punt play, but I really never get excited to play Corey Joseph. OG Anunoby or Miles Bridges, anyone below 6.2K. I'm guessing you're talking about like small forward, so let's see. I mean, if Fournier's out, I'd probably go with Terrence Ross at 5,900 or Harrison Barnes. It'd be one of those two guys. Favorite cash play? Yeah, we talked about it earlier. I think Saddiq Bey is probably the guy you're starting with in cash games. He's going to play a ton of minutes. He probably plays even if the game blows out. He's so cheap. I'd be the guy. He'd be one of the first guys in my lineup if I was playing cash. Steph or LaMelo, who hits higher tonight? I mean, those two guys don't really project similarly, so Steph. But I do like both. Who you like better, Wall, Doncic, or Wall, Doncic, or D-Subs? Between Wall and Doncic, I mean, Luke is so much more expensive. It's kind of hard to, I guess, given the savings, I'd rather play John Wall. Saddiq Bey, Corey Joseph, or Kelly Olynyk. I mean, Saddiq Bey is going to be the more popular one, but he's the one I'm most confident in, so I'd play Saddiq Bey. Favorite spin down option? It's Saddiq Bey probably. What is your lineup? I don't give out lineups. Sorry, I do core plays. All that can be found on Patreon, but I'm never going to give out full lineups. Somewhat new to DFS, could you briefly describe the difference between strategy between cash games and GPP? Thanks for all your help you provide. Yeah, no problem, man. So cash games, you're just trying to play the most optimal lineup that you can. You don't worry about ownership. You know, if there's a punt play that projects for 30 minutes and he projects really well, even if he's going to be popular, you just play him. Like, you're just I don't want to say you're just trying to play all the chalk, but you're kind of trying to play just all the chalk. So all the guys that are projected highly, all the values that are projected highly, like you just want to play the most optimal lineup that you can. GPP, those are basically the tournaments you see. I mean, you can still play high-owned guys in GPP. I think that's something that people kind of struggle with. They think, oh, I'm playing in a tournament, I can't play this guy because he's going to be too popular. That's not really the case. Like we saw last night, Jalen Brunson was really popular, but you still needed him to win because he did so well. Like whenever we get these situations, especially in basketball, I'm totally fine eating the chalk in basketball because it's a sport where, you know, these 3K value plays that are going to play 30 minutes, it's so hard for them to fail and kill your lineup. You know, any other sport, I wouldn't really, you know, when there's guys that are 60, 70% owned, normally I'd be like, okay, I'll, you know, get away from that. But like last night, Jalen Brunson was so popular and I played him in every single lineup. It's just one of those situations that, you know, you still can eat the chalk in GPPs and NBA. So what I like to do with my GPP lineups, I normally, you know, find my core guys, whether they're popular or not. I'll build around my core guys, and then, you know, I'll have like 2 or 3 lower owned guys in my lineups that will separate me from the field. You don't have to play everyone, you know, you don't have to have all guys be 5% owned to win a GPP. Like, you can still play, you know, good chalk plays and then mix those in with lower owned plays. That's what I like to do in GPPs. Why Curry? I mean, he's the offense. The offense is running through Steph Curry. He's playing a ton of minutes. As long as the game stays close, you're getting 36 minutes from Steph Curry. He's going to take 20, 30 shots. He's one of the best shooters of all time. I mean, he's 9,300. He can score 50 DK points any night. Like, look at the games that have been close this year. Not taking in blowouts. So the Chicago Bulls game was close. 56 DK points in 36 minutes. Detroit, 35 minutes, 48 DK points. And then their last game against Portland, 36 minutes, 75 DK points. So in close games, like Curry, he's so safe when they're not getting blown out. Like, he's going to play a ton of minutes. The usage is going to be there. Against the Kings, I'm not worried about a blowout. So yeah, it's hard not to like Curry. Harden worth the $54 on Yahoo? I think he is. I'm always willing to pay up for Harden on Yahoo because the pricing is just so much softer. Like, it's so easy to pay up for guys. And even if Harden scores, like, let's say 55 fantasy points, like, you can still see him be in the winning lineup on Yahoo. So yeah, I do like Harden. I never have a problem paying up for him on Yahoo, given how the position is and how the, you know, salaries are. It's pretty easy to get him in. What's your Yahoo name so I can get pissed when you beat me? Yeah, my name's GOAT of DFS. That's what it is on both Draftkings and Yahoo. How can you tell ownership before it starts? You can't, but you can. If you've been playing DFS for long enough, you can kind of understand who's going to be popular, who's not going to be popular. There are ownership projections that you can pay for. There's sites out there that do ownership projections. If you want to pay for that, you can. Me personally, though, I've been playing DFS for the last 4 or 5 years. I can kind of understand who's going to be popular and who's not going to be popular. Curry has a high usage rate. He's probably going to be in the optimal tonight, even if the game stays close. Yeah, that's the way I'm thinking too. If that game is a close game, like you're getting 50 plus fantasy points from Steph Curry. Maybe this Capella play is a trap. Looks too good to be true. Maybe reduced minutes or Collins steals points. I wouldn't be worried about that. I mean, the fact that he's played 30 plus minutes in 2 straight games, I wouldn't see any reason why they would just totally, go away from that. Like after playing 20 and 20 minutes, it's like, okay, when are they gonna start ramping up his minutes? Well, then he got 30, then he got 31. So I don't see any reason why he would just go down to 20 minutes tonight. I'm assuming Capella plays 30 to 32 minutes, and at 6,100, he's a fantasy point per minute player. He's just way too cheap on DraftKings. He should be like 7K when he's playing over 30 minutes. You have beaten me? Aw, damn. Sorry, Derek. That's a good strategy. 4 ballers and a value play. Yeah, it's all slate dependent how you construct your lineup, but if there's values that project well, I'm fine playing those chalk values and then filling it in with lower owned plays. Do you like Al Horford? I mean, not really. Like I don't really play Al Horford that often. I don't think I've played him at all this year. Like he just doesn't have any upside, man. Like 30 DraftKings points is his best game this season, and he's still 6,300. Like I'm looking for 40 DraftKings points at 6,300, and could he put that up at any point? Sure, but I probably won't be going there. Noah's lock of the day. Who is it? Can't be giving away all the goods, man. Go check out the Patreon if you want more content from me. Thoughts on John Wall now that Harden's back? Yeah, I still like John Wall a lot. I mean, even with Harden playing, he still had a big game, played big minutes. He's going to get time on the floor without Harden. Like he's pretty much like playing what Russell Westbrook's role was. So let's say Harden plays, 12 minutes in the first quarter. Wall will play 6 minutes, sub out, and then he'll get to start the second quarter. He'll play without Harden. So he's going to get plenty of time with Harden off the floor. I expect him to be very productive then. He can still be productive playing alongside Harden. So yeah, I love John Wall. Ban that guy for asking about Horford. Yeah, I mean, go ahead, but I'm not playing out Horford. So if he scores 40 fantasy points, you can come and blame me. Do you play your daily quick matches on Yahoo? I don't personally because I'm not trying to brag, but I'm in the diamond level. So if I'm playing, against the best players, I don't want to play against the best players. So, if I do quick matches, I'm going to get matched up against Brick and Papa Gates and all those guys. And, at that point, it's just like a 2v2, 1v1 every night. And I just don't play those. Do you like Draymond Green? Should be low owned and a cheap price right now. I'd be worried about Draymond Green. It's a back-to-back. I'm surprised they haven't ruled him out yet. Like I'm surprised he's even playing tonight, but he got 28 minutes. I don't see him playing 28 minutes again on a back-to-back. I mean, I'm really not looking at Draymond Green. There's no such thing as a lock in DFS. Yeah, I mean, that is true. Like, no one should ever be just a lock button. Like, no one's ever a lock to do well. I mean, I thought Brunson was close to that last night, but, a guy can get injured. He can twist his ankle. Like, things can always go south, so I would say there's never a guy that you just have to have. You can take stands and be like, oh, I'm going to play a lot of this guy and hope he goes well, but there's never a certified lock to do well. Would you use Payton only if Burks is out? Yeah, I'm probably only going to play Elfrid Payton if Burks is out. I probably won't be playing him if Burks plays. Pritchard getting the run tonight with Teague out. Yeah, we've got a lot of Pritchard questions. So, yeah, Pritchard, I think, does get more minutes with Teague out. I'd prefer that Smart be out too. But I could see playing Pritchard tonight, even if Smart plays. Wanamaker? No, I'm not playing Brad Wanamaker. Jeremy Grant, Oladipo, or Wiggins, cash? Probably go Jeremy Grant there. I have a feeling Curry will rest tonight. All the optos are spitting out Wiggins/Oubre. Has to be something to it. I mean, I haven't seen anything about Curry resting. Have they played on a back-to-back this year? I don't know if they have. All right, so they haven't played. This is their first back-to-back of the year. I mean, I would assume he plays, but yeah, That's kind of weird if everyone's like over projecting like Oubre and Wiggins. I'm assuming Curry still plays, unless we hear otherwise. I'm Diamond 2, and if I lose to McLovin one more time, I'm going to crush my lights out. Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, once you get to Diamond, there's like no point in playing them because you're just going to be playing against really good players. At least that's what that's what I do. Are you a high stakes player? No, I don't play high stakes. I'm, anywhere from like, I'll max out the lower stakes contests. If I play one lineup, then yeah, I'll play like in the $100 single entry, but I'm not like playing thousands and thousands of dollars. I got bills to pay. I can't be losing a lot of money. You like Harrison Barnes, former team and Golden State wing. D is atrocious. Yeah, we talked about Harrison Barnes earlier. I mean, I never feel good putting Harrison Barnes in my lineup, but he's been playing so well. 30 Draftkings points in all of his games but one. Like, he's been really consistent this year. Minutes are there. So, yeah, I'm fine with Harrison Barnes. Who's your favorite star that is not Giannis, Harden, or Luka? I mean, it's probably Steph Curry, assuming he does play. $4,100 power forward. Let me check. Let me see what we got down here. Oh, it's Sadiq Bey for me, assuming you don't have him already. Are you going... I thought I was going crazy. Are you playing music in the background? Yeah, I am playing music in the background. I wasn't sure if I wanted to or not, but I have it so low that you could probably barely hear it. I figured it'd just give like some background music, just make it a little bit more interesting. I can turn it off though if you want me to. Any love for Rivers as a cheap GPP play? It would only be if Burks is out. Let me see, how many minutes did Rivers play last game with Burks out? He played 17 minutes. I mean, yeah, with Quickly back, even if Burks is out, I probably wouldn't go to Austin Rivers. But that's just me personally. I just don't play those guys that only play 20 minutes. I just don't play them. That's just something that I do. Unless it's a guy like Boban or something that, is a fantasy monster, then sure, I'll play 20 minutes of Boban, but I'm not playing 20 minutes of Austin Rivers. Keep the music? Okay, good. Would you play Capella and Collins together? Oh, yeah, for sure. I have no problems playing those guys together. They're not even on the same team, so it's not like they're going to negatively correlate. Any news on Smart? Last I saw, he was questionable. I think that's still the case, so... yeah, he's still questionable. What do you think about Aaron Holiday? Dude, don't ask me questions about fucking Aaron Holiday. God, I was so heavy on this dude the other night. He was so low owned too. And he just did absolutely nothing. He played 26 minutes and he started, but he only scored 6 DK points. So I'm not going to play him tonight, and he's going to score 30 DK points. So yeah, go ahead and play him because I'm not, which means he's going to do well. Do you usually have multiple lineups or just try to stay consistent? So I normally play like 10 to 20 lineups, but some days if I know I'm not going to be out at my computer after lock, so if I know like I'm going out after lock and I can't adjust my lineups, then I only play one lineup. So that way, if any news breaks and I only have one lineup, it's a lot easier to manage than trying to fix 10, 20 lineups. But I am playing 10 to 20 lineups tonight. I'll never roster Thad Young again. Yeah, he's on the shit list too. I don't know why I keep playing him, but I do. You got a Discord, bro? Yeah, it's for Patreon members, so if you want to check that out, you can. Capella and Collins are on the same team? Oh, they are? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I don't know why I thought Capella was on the Knicks. I'm so stupid. Yeah, I don't mind playing those guys together, even if they are on the same team. I think I'll probably have some lineups with both guys together. Sorry about that. I'll never play anyone named Holiday that's not named Drew, and even he has burned me this year. Yeah, I feel you there, dude. I mean, I did play a little bit of Justin Holiday last slate, but even then, he still only scored like 24. Like, Aaron Holiday's going to start. He's going to play about 28 minutes, but he'll still probably give you about 10 fantasy points, so I wouldn't play him. Favorite shooting guards? If you're paying up, like if you could spend up, I do like Victor Oladipo. I like RJ Barrett. In the mid-range, probably like assuming Fournier doesn't play, I like Terrence Ross. I don't mind Seth Curry. value-wise, there's really no value except DeLon Wright, 4K. If he starts, I think he's viable. And if Marcus Smart is out, you have Peyton Pritchard, I think is a shooting guard. Maybe not. Let me check that. Okay, Pritchard's a point guard. Never mind. But yeah, those are some shooting guards I like. Favorite shooting guard lower than 7.2K? Yeah, it would probably be either Oladipo or RJ Barrett for me. Or, you know, I guess if you're saying lower than 7.2, so Colin Sexton wouldn't be there. So yeah, it'd probably be Oladipo or Barrett. Probably go Barrett there. I love that Knicks-Hawks game. I'm going to have so much exposure to that Knicks-Hawks game. Do you duplicate lineups or are they all different? So when I play 20 lineups, they're all different lineups. I never play the same lineup in the same... Like, I never play, like, one lineup in the same, like, multiple times. I never run, like, a train or anything. So if I'm playing one lineup, I'll put it in all different contests. But, like, if I'm playing 20 lineups, they're going to be, you know, 20 different lineups. Sadiq Bey is starting. Did we get that news? I mean, I figured he's starting, but I don't think we have that yet. Is your core still the same or are there changes? There will be most likely be changes, and that'll be posted on Patreon. So if you want to get my updated core plays, you can check that out on Patreon. Baisley or Plumlee, same price. Since Blake's out, I'd probably go with Plumlee there. What do you say for $4,100 power forward? Sadiq Bey. I think he's $3,900. Thoughts on Miles Turner? I mean, I'm probably not going to be on Miles Turner tonight. Like, he's just not a guy that I really play much. I don't think I've played him at all this year. He's 6,400. You need almost 40 DK points or more from him to be a good play at this price. Like, yeah, I probably won't be on Miles Turner. Give me Capella for cheaper. Give me Mason Plumlee for cheaper. Holmes, even Mitchell Robinson, I'd rather play for cheaper. Favorite point guards? If you're spinning up, it's probably Steph Curry for me. Mid-range, there's a lot of guys I like in this mid-range. De'Aaron Fox, Brogdon, John Wall. Really, really like John Wall. LaMelo Ball, I really like as well. Just those are some of the point guards I'm on. Would you play Bey and Plumlee together? Yeah, you can play those guys together. No problems with that. Because they're not going to really take minutes away from each other. Trust Boucher? I mean, I never trust Boucher. Like, we just don't know what his minutes are going to look like. Unless he winds up starting. Like, I'm probably not going to play Boucher until he starts, you know. Like, 24, 29 minutes, I just can't. I don't know if that happens again. Like, if you tell me Boucher's going to be, or he's going to play 29 minutes, I'd be all over him, but I'm just not confident that happens. Aaron Baines is still the starter. He's still getting good minutes. I guess they did play alongside each other a little bit last game, but, I mean, yeah, I'm still probably not playing Boucher. I mean, he's 5,100. It's not like he's dirt cheap. Thoughts on John Wall? Yeah, we talked about John Wall. Even with Harden playing, I still really like him tonight. Baisley or Aaron Gordon? That's close. I think Baisley might be safer just because we know his minutes are going to be there. But if you tell me Aaron Gordon is going to play over 30 minutes tonight, it would be Aaron Gordon for me. But I wouldn't say that's a lock to happen, so you can, you know, make that decision for yourself. Game stacks, yeah, I like the Knicks-Hawks game. That's the game stack I'm going to have exposure to for sure. I like the Dallas-Houston game. I like the late-night game, Kings-Warriors. Those are just three of my favorite stacks. I don't really like full game stack, though, on big slates like this. I rarely full game stack anyway in NBA. You just don't have to. Boucher is so annoying, yeah. I feel like, you know, Boucher is one of those guys when nobody plays him, that's when he goes off, and then when he's, like, massive chalk, that's when, you know, something goes wrong. Then he either gets in foul trouble or just something goes wrong. Gordon Hayward, anyone? Yeah, I like Gordon Hayward tonight. I just think he's a little bit too cheap. Offense is going to be, like, the offense is running through Hayward. He's getting way more opportunity this year with the Hornets, playing a ton of minutes, too. He's got 45, 50-point upside. I definitely like Gordon Hayward. All right, guys, how long have I been live? Let me check. All right, so I've been live about 50 minutes. We'll probably go about 10 more minutes, probably go to about 4:30. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. I really appreciate it, man. But we'll go about 10 more minutes, answer any more questions you guys have. Aaron Gordon in cash. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'd play Gordon in cash, but I do like him in tournaments. I don't think he's going to be that popular at all. Randall, yeah, we talked about Randall. I do like Julius Randall. Aaron Gordon and Oladipo or Barrett and Wiggins. Give me the first, Gordon and Oladipo. Randall or Wood, give me Julius Randall. Dare I ask Michael Carter-Williams if Fournier's out? I mean, God, dude. Michael Carter-Williams, like, I never get excited to play this dude, but he got 31 minutes. He's still not that productive of a player. His price came up. Yeah, I mean, even if Fournier's out, I probably won't play Michael Carter-Williams. Is the Oregon GOAT Peyton Pritchard in play tonight? Yeah, he's in play. Teague's already out. Marcus Smart could be out as well. You know, if Smart's out, then yeah, Peyton Pritchard for sure going to be in play. You playing Wood on Yahoo Cash? I don't play cash, but if I was playing cash, honestly, I still think I'd play Julius Randle over him. I think him and Randle are the same price, but I could see playing both guys together. I mean, Christian Wood still looks really good, even at $38. $5,900 play. Let me see. See what we got. $5,900. It would probably be it'd probably be Aaron Gordon or Plumlee, Rashawn Holmes. I really like LaMelo Ball. Honestly, it'd probably be LaMelo Ball, $5,600. He'd be my favorite guy, like in that price range. On Holmes, Cantor destroyed that front court last night. Yeah, I do like Rashawn Holmes. Minutes have been there. If the minutes continue to be there, he's going to be someone you want to have exposure to, and he's only $5,600, so you know, easily can put up over 30 fantasy points if they're giving him 30-plus minutes. What do you think about Luka? Yeah, I think Luka's always in play. You know, I don't know if this is a slate where I'm going to go out of my way to play him, but I don't think he's going to be that popular. He's still got the Q tag by his name, which I said earlier. Anytime a guy has the questionable tag, that just lowers their ownership. So, you know, Luka should be pretty low owned. Always makes for a good tournament play when he is low owned, and this should be a fast-paced game against the Rockets. Ross loves to chuck, but if he's not hitting shots, he's worthless. Yeah, I mean, he's scoring dependent, but he'll have more opportunity with Fournier out, and he'll play more minutes as well. What tools do I use? I don't really use any tools. I'm pretty, you know, OG. I just build all my lineups by hand. I don't really subscribe to any sites or anything. You know, I watch some other guys on YouTube. I watch the Awesemo guys, but, you know, when it comes down to it, you know, all my plays or whatever, that's all on me. So, you know, I'm not really subscribing to other sites and looking at their information. And maybe that's something I should do, but I feel like I can make pretty good lineups myself. I don't need to, like, pay for projections or anything. And I've been successful doing it, so. Which game do you think are going to be a blowout so I can fade? I mean, the game that seems most likely to blow out is the Milwaukee-Detroit game, but even if it does blow out, you could still see some guys come out, you know, as good plays from that game. Because I think, you know, even if it blows out, a guy like Sadiq Bey will still probably play, and, you know, he's so cheap. And he's already going to play big minutes without Jackson and without Griffin. Will DeLon Wright see more than 24 minutes so frustrating? All he does is crush but doesn't get more run. Yeah, so I don't know if he's going to play, you know, 24 minutes, but I assume he does start. I assume their starting lineup will be Hayes, Wright, Bey, Grant, and Plumlee. So if DeLon Wright does start, I feel confident that he gets, you know, low 20s minutes. I think if he's playing well, they'll give him more. But Derrick Rose is still back there to you know, take minutes away. I'm surprised Rose is playing tonight, but because he is, I guess that makes me a little less confident in Wright. But if Wright does start, I wouldn't mind playing him. I know he's cheap on Yahoo as well. He's $10 over there, I think. How do you feel about Tristan Thompson? Yeah, I think Tristan Thompson's viable. You know, he's not my favorite play just because he's not a guy I feel like that, you know, if I fade him, my night's going to be over with. Like, he's not going to go out there and put up 50 fantasy points, but he is 4,400. He's probably going to start, play 26, 28 minutes. He'll probably give you 25 to 30 fantasy points, somewhere around there. Makes for a solid cash play. I'm sure he's going to be somewhat popular, like in cash games, but in tournaments, you know, I don't think he's a guy I feel like I have to have at 4,400. If he gets 27, 28 points tonight, he'll be a good value, but not a guy that, you know, you have to have. Thanks for your advice. That's what I love about your channel. I appreciate that, JM. Thanks for tuning in, man. Thoughts on Oubre? I mean, I really haven't played Oubre much this year besides opening night. when the Warriors are healthy, like when Curry and Wiggins are healthy, like I just don't feel like I have to play Oubre. But I know he's been playing a little bit better recently. He's been actually making shots. It's a good matchup. It's a good game environment. It should be a fast-paced game. I mean, at 5,500, he's not the worst play, but if we're just talking about guys overall in that price range, like at other positions, I mean, you got LaMelo, you got Rashawn Holmes, some other guys I'd rather play over him. If you're building one lineup, how many Pistons in cash? Ooh, that's tough. Well, for sure, I would have Sadiq Bey in cash. If DeLon Wright starts, he maybe could be viable in cash, but it still would be a bit risky. Now, if Derrick Rose gets ruled out for rest, which could happen, then yeah, I would play DeLon Wright and Bey in cash for sure. But like Grant, 6,900, so I don't think you have to play him in cash at that price. For me, it probably would only be Sadiq Bey. Whatever his price is, 3,900, $11 on Yahoo. He'd be like the guy I'd build around. Best forward, 7,900 or under. That's probably going to be John Collins for me. Yeah, that's probably John Collins for me. Either him or Gordon Hayward. But I'd probably go Collins. Is Herter out? Last I saw, he was questionable. I don't think anything's changed since then. Yeah, I think he's still questionable, so that'll just be news we have to wait on. If he's out, that made me more confident in like Reddish, Bogdanovich, guys you could consider, but still wouldn't be like core plays for me, I don't think. What's the most money you've won on DK? So the most money I ever won in a tournament was 10 grand. That was on a Yahoo free roll. It was like back in 2017. If you play on Yahoo, they run their free roll that you can enter in for. It's like a season long thing, and I actually won first place for NBA back in I think 2017 or 2018 for 10 grand. That was the biggest win I've ever had. But that wasn't like an actual tournament. That was a free roll. But I've won like 5K before. I've taken down some of the Yahoo tournaments back in the day when they used to be 10 entry max and they were like 5K to first. I won those a few times. I don't play I don't chase the millions and millions of dollars. I mean, I'm trying to make a solid profit playing DFS, and you can go broke trying to chase the millionaire maker. I think playing smaller fields, trying to get those $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 wins, that's what I try and do. So Kelly Olynyk thoughts? Yeah, I don't think I really have much interest in Kelly Olynyk. I mean, just not a guy that I play when the team's fully healthy. I mean, he got 29 minutes, 25 minutes. It's kind of weird to see him playing so many minutes, but still, I mean, just not a guy I feel like I have to play when the team's fully healthy. But it's kind of weird seeing him play so many minutes. Holmes over Plumlee? Yeah, that would be close. For me, it would have been Holmes over Plumlee, but now that Blake's out, I think Plumlee does get a boost. I like both guys, but yeah, probably Holmes over Plumlee. Better matchup for Holmes, better game environment, less likely to be a blowout. Colin Sexton, yeah, we talked about Sexton earlier. If Garland's out, I think Colin Sexton is definitely in play. All right, guys, it's about 4:30. I've been live for almost an hour, so I'm probably going to wrap it up here. Give you any more questions, any last-minute questions I'll answer, but I appreciate all you guys tuning in. I don't know how many viewers we topped out at, but I think we had over 300 for a while there. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm probably going to go live tomorrow. Not sure what my plans are. I'm pretty sure I'm playing golf tomorrow in the afternoon or like early afternoon. But if I get back in time, I will try and live stream sometime around like 4 or 5. Probably won't be able to go at 3:30, but maybe around like 4:30 I'll go live tomorrow for 30 minutes, hour. Just give you more information, what I like, answer your questions. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for everything. I think that's probably going to cover it tonight. Good luck, guys. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and best of luck tonight.